Now, selfishly as a football fan, Alex, I talked about one of the big matchups in this game to watch was Jaycee Horn against Seth Williams. That was one I really talked about. And I didn't know how much we were going to get to see that on display because I was just thinking to myself, teams really haven't gone at Jaycee. They haven't thrown at Jaycee. So, who knows how much we see. I want to ask you, because you were on a team when you were at South Carolina, you were on teams with some really good defensive backs. I mean, I think of Jonathan Joseph, Fred Bennett, Co Simpson, Captain Munnerlin, amongst a host of others. Talk about Jaycee Horn, his game. Obviously, he blows up on Saturday, 2 interceptions after having 0 career interceptions coming in. Talk about Jaycee Horn. I joked on the Monday show, this show is brought to you by Jaycee Horn. This is the podcast that Jaycee Horn built today because, again, obviously, if he doesn't have that day, South Carolina doesn't win that football game. But just talk about Jaycee Horn, what you see in his game. I'm really happy that his skill set was able to be put on a national stage. Now, I think everyone has taken recognition of the type of player he is. But where does he compare does he compare to any guys that you've seen on the field for South Carolina, or just what type of player do you look at and see Jaycee Horn as?
See, that it's such a hard comparison too, because I feel like, well, finally that demon is slayed where he just didn't have a career interception at South Carolina. But at the same time, like every time you saw a statistic for him, it was like, for whatever reason, quarterbacks or opposing quarterbacks didn't even throw in his general direction. And it's like you finally get a matchup where somebody's going to feature a receiver that he's covering and he plays out of his mind. It was a McQuamu-esque type of performance from last year. And, but comparatively, it's a good question. Because probably Fred Bennett more than anybody else than Captain. I mean, because he's so much taller than Captain Munnerlin is. So I don't really know that you can make that comparison, but probably more on the Fred Bennett vein if I was going to compare it to anybody.
How shocked were you they kept going his way? I was just
stunned. I was absolutely
because
stunned.
I don't know if it was Bo Nix just being Bo Nix or Gus Malzahn and Chad Morris are hard-headed, but I understand you want to get the football to your best player. Seth, again, that was a great matchup. Those are 2 guys that are going to be playing in the NFL, but at some point you have just got to tip your cap to a guy and say, we are not going back his way again. You just can't. And I really thought going in this game, if you could get pressure on Bo Nix, not even sack him, but get in his face a little bit, get him out of the pocket. And he showed you on Saturday, it rang to be true. He's a gunslinger. He will put it in harm's way, and he did that. And I was happy to see, and I thought this going in the game, but that South Carolina's secondary was going to be good enough to make him pay for it. And you saw Jaycee do that. It was stunning to me to see them continue to try Jaycee Horn over and over again. It was like, at some point you got to realize this is his day, man. This is just his day.
It was, especially that. Was it the last one that he almost returned for a touchdown?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. I don't even know how to describe that throw. That was just bad. But yeah, just to keep winging it out there at him, especially where Seth Williams was and where Jaycee was standing. I have no idea what he saw, but he just launched it that way, and that worked.